Have you ever entertained angels without knowing it? Hollywood is obsessed with angels in disguise. In fact, I printed out lists of movies from the 1900s all the way to today. There's about 300 movies that have as part of its plot some part of it with angel as disguise. In the 1950s, there was a movie called A Bishop's Wife. Anyone remember that particular movie? It's when an angel comes. Rod, take note of this. You should be listening. When an angel comes to help raise money for the church's stewardship drive. We never thought of that. It was renamed in the 1990s Preacher's Wife. Do you remember it? It starred the late, great Whitney Houston and Denzel Washington. Go watch it. It's an amazing movie. And it tells the story of this struggling pastor, his family, and this mysterious visitor, Dudley, who helps restore their faith and hope in the world. And one of the earliest scenes when the viewers become aware that the life of the preacher and his wife are struggling. They see that their life is falling apart, their marriage is struggling. The preacher's in the car and he looks up and he says, "God, I need a miracle." And at the exact same time, out of the sky falls Dudley, an angel played by Denzel Washington. Absolutely perfect. And through the life of this angel, he helps the two find their way back to living a life that really is life. This angel, disguised, helps Henry and Julia, the two main characters, heal their brokenness, restore their relationships, and renew their sense of purpose. Oh, it was just that easy. Or take the movie Angel in the Outfield. This 1994, now it was remade from a 1950s movie of the same name. It tells the story of a young foster child who prays for the California Angels, a struggling baseball team, to win the pennant so that he can reunite with his estranged father. His prayers are answered when a group of real angels, who is led by Christopher Lloyd, come to assist the team. Which, by the way, has been spoken of quite a bit recently, because I don't know if you're watching the Kansas City Chiefs recently, but they keep winning the game in the last 5 seconds. And everyone says that they must have an entire host of angels helping them and refer to angels of the outfield. I was going to make a Taylor Swift joke here, but I'm just going to leave that out. This idea of entertaining angels emphasizes for us the biblical ethics of kindness, of hospitality, this idea that acts of goodness may have greater significance than we realize. And I know this to be true. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, holds the potential for something extraordinary. Sometimes, in our everyday interactions, we may be entertaining angels without knowing it. We may be offering love and care to those who need it most. And in many ways, the birth of the Christ child points us to the unexpected miracles in life. It is a story of unexpected healing and mercy and grace and love. Think of this story. Jesus was born in a lowly animal feeding trough, an unexpected place for the birth of the one who was to come with power and strength and might and to be able to fight off the Roman Empire. Think of the shepherds who were the first to receive the angelic announcement. They were societal outsiders. They were the other in the story. Yet they hosted the divine message and they sought the Christ child. The story of Jesus' birth itself is filled with angelic encounters. The angel Gabriel appears to Mary, an angel speaks to Joseph in a dream, and a host of angels announce Jesus' birth to the shepherds. These heavenly messengers come to ordinary people who unknowingly play a part in the story of old. The visit of the Magi, the wise men from the east, guided by a star, could be seen as the most unexpected guests who are, in a way, like angels, bringing gifts and reverence for Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. And think about the journey to Bethlehem itself. Mary and Joseph likely relied on the hospitality of others, those strangers who provided shelter or assistance. Then finally, later in Jesus' life, he teaches, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these siblings of mine, you did for me." So my prayer for you and me this morning, in this season of waiting, in this season of Advent, is that we slow down to see the miracles of the season, that we take a lesson from the preacher's wife, and that we heal our brokenness, that we restore relationships, and we renew our sense of purpose in the world. And may each of us remember that every act of kindness, no matter how small, holds the potential for something extraordinary. So now let us turn to hear the story of old told in carols and music as the choir presents the cantata, Carols, this morning.